Welcome to Jacksonville, Florida, and the annual site of one of the best rivalries in the sport. Not a lot of distance between the Gators and the Dogs, and once a year they come here close to the state line and draw their own battle lines. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. Coming out with it, it's quick. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Florida's return team didn't help matters out much with that one. This nasty, bitter feud, most of the years carried out on supposedly neutral ground, carries high stakes today, guys.
I'll tell you what's always fun about watching this game between Florida and Georgia is that there is just so much speed on the field. I felt that way when I played in this game. There was so much NFL talent racing around. The game just moves faster than most other games in college football.
I completely agree, but you did say the name of the game wrong. It's the Georgia-Florida game. In this rivalry, it's always played in Jacksonville, but speed, bragging rights, this game always matters to the fans.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. They're going to ride this running back. They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. The Gators grabbed the Dogs and put them in a death roll the last time they met, blowing out Georgia.
Yeah, it was like Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel back playing quarterback for the Gators again. They were throwing it through the air. They were getting it done on the ground as well. Offensively, the Gators last year couldn't be stopped. And Georgia knows in this one this time. They've got to be able to get some stops and get some takeaways.
So just out of curiosity, because I don't know the history, you name those guys, the other quarterbacks that can win. What was your record against Georgia?
We were 3-1. I think I had a QB sneak team.
Accidentally tripped and fell in the end zone. But the other guys he named had big games against the Dogs.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. The give to the back. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. The Gators decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Bulldogs offense will try to get something going with their first possession. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
Quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. A running back and a linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you, keep them off balance.
The give to the tailback. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, two programs obviously with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida in the last couple of decades, this is a game every year that everybody, not just in the SEC, but I think around the country, have circled because of what this game means.
Well, and it's so cool when you're a fan and you've played in this game like me and Jesse both have. You can go back to a singular moment like Run, Lindsey, Run in 1980, which was a 3rd and long on their own 7 that they converted Georgia to go on to win a national title. Big games decided by big moments that live forever.
Handoff from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. David, as a Georgia legend, when I say Florida, what comes to mind?
Ugh. I mean, that's the easiest question you've asked me yet. I mean, there's nothing that I ever liked or enjoyed about the Florida Gators, just playing in that rivalry. You know, it's not a neutral site, by the way. It's in Jacksonville, Florida. Like, that's not neutral. It's way closer to Florida. It's way closer to Florida fans. But this rivalry, I'm telling you, every single year, that was the #1 team you wanted to beat.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. And the offense will accept the penalty and move the ball forward. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces 2nd down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
They're bringing heat. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week, he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback in.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Splits the uprights, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gator. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you can tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by volition.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. They're just about to boot it away full of energy after housing that last kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start.
And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Curse coming off the edge, the freak. It was a nightmare. So hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Motion from the offense. Looking for space. It's Proctor. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Georgia sends out the punt team. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
First play of the drive comes from the 41. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's caught. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The offense set for a first down play. Leaves it with the running back. Open space at the 25. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. The Gators have pushed it inside the 20. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming down. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida!
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make the play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the speed on defense? Offense trying to get tricky, trying to run the quarterback outside, but the pursuit and the speed by this defense, they got to him quick.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. When you're
fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got his man downfield. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense. You're creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Dogs!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Gators in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Caught over the middle, it's Davis. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Using the quick game. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Davis. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Looking to take a shot. And the pass is complete. He's got it at the 20. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
And the offense going deep down the field, you can see the speed they have at wide receiver. These guys scare you to death because their ability to stretch the defense and take the top off of the defense. You saw it right there, and all of a sudden this offense is in the red zone.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, it's one thing to have a rivalry game, but when you have two longtime foes like the Gators and Dogs duking it out on neutral turf, you know emotions will run high. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Florida and Georgia plays out.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football from right of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Illegal block on the back. Offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll put the tight end in motion. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the 1st down. And they bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting it.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. A first down for the offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. They're trying to get to it. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Movement here from the tight end. The RPO, it's complete. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
On third down, he drops the throw. Grabbed over the middle, it's Davis. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. No sign of the field goal team. They'll go for it on 4th and short from the 28. They'll try to pick up the first. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. That conversion sets a tone, but that's also really part of their MO. They're going to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, it's a body blow, and it's demoralizing. It's a good point, Reese. When you go for it like that and you go get it, you're essentially telling the opponent, look, you can't stop us. Next time we get in a similar situation, we're going to do the exact same thing, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
They move the tight end all over. Dialing up the second down pass play. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Eastern Michigan is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up by 21 over Kansas State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Throws to the wideout. He makes a catch. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find it. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He makes the connection. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
And that's good for the completion percentage and bad for the yardage. They lose ground on that one.
As a defense, I don't want anything going north and south. Nice job on the defense, understanding that, playing really strong, really stout. The ball starts to bounce now and go backwards. Gets no yards on the play because of the great defense.
They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short.
What a third down stop by this defense. Third down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the fourth and goal.
A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the look. And it's caught! Touchdown, Georgia! Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now, and I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
He's going to bring it out from deep. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Gators sending the offense back to work. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Power football with the run. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Trying to impose their will with the run. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
Gotta love the way the defense is playing here on this drive. Down in the game in the fourth quarter, they're expecting run, and they're getting stops these last 2 snaps. If they can get a big play here, they've got an opportunity to get off the field and probably get pretty good field position to put their offense in a position to maybe go score.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Running it back, it's Proctor. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Quick handoff. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Now improvising. He'll pull it down. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Finds the tight end. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz, I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the 1st down.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Using his legs, it's Proctor. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
This is as big a play as we've had in this game. 3rd down and 3. Trying to get to it. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Paul. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every play because they are going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. If you're the defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get. He wants to go deep. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Florida. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. As Florida fans like to say, come on, Gators, get up and go. And they're starting to go and run away from the Dogs.
It's great to be a Florida Gator. The Gators showing off the speed now, running away with this thing in the 2nd half. You're just seeing all the talent that they've been able to recruit down in Gainesville.
Yeah, they've been recruiting talent. You think about Steve Spurrier had such a great run with Florida as a head coach. They're taking care of business today. They're not making this look like much of a rivalry.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Ball's out! And the fumble goes out of bounds. They'll maintain possession, actually picked up yardage on the play.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. The offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. He's got his man. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for 2nd down. Looking to throw it again. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Got it in the middle, it's Davis. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Line is set on 3rd down. Now the play fake. Lets it fly deep downfield. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
It's 2nd down.
2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together, run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready, they were fast, they were physical. They dominated this football game today.
What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he tags on the extra point. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back.
Great job by the defense taking away the quarterback's primary target on that play and forcing the incompletion.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida. Pulled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Hines is tight end. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Timeout called by the offense, a mere 10 seconds to go in the game. Line getting set on second down. DB's right up on the receivers. He's back to throw on second down. He wants a big play here late. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And with that turnover, we come to the close of this game. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.